What's going on, guys? It's Banished for Cost. Today I'm going to be bringing you this new Prank Kids deck profile. So before we get into the video, make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe on the video, as that really help the channel, and tell me what you guys want to see in the upcoming videos. So Hanko Chow topped with this deck profile not too long ago. He did really well in one of the tournaments, and so I constructed a deck pretty similar to the build, because I've been playing Prank Kids for quite a while, and it's awesome to see them doing really well in competitive play. Especially in the OCG, they have very high representation. So make sure you guys go hit up the twitch.tv in the description. I'm going to be streaming on the weekends, and I also have a Discord community you guys can join. It'd be really awesome to see you guys there. I'm going to be playing lots of Yu-Gi-Oh, so go follow and subscribe to the channel. So without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. So what's going on, guys? It's Banished for Cost. So here's the deck profile. Let's get right into it. The first cards we're going to be running are triple Prank Kids Fansies. So all the Prank Kids monster have the inherent effect of special summoning another Prank Kids monster from the deck with a different name than themselves. However, they all have a first effect that they must meet in order to do that. And Prank Kids Fansies' first effect to do that is you have to send a Prank Kids card from your deck to the graveyard. Next up we have Prank Kids Lampsies. So Prank Kids Lampsies has the same secondary effect as Prank Kids Fansies, and his first effect says you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Next up we got Prank Kids Dropsies. This is the water monster. So her first effect says you can gain 1,000 life points, which is really awesome. And then the last Prank Kids monster in the main deck is Prank Kids Roxies. So this is probably the worst Prank Kids out of all of them, but he actually is pretty good if you have a bricky hand. So he lets you banish a card that's in your hand, and then you get to draw one card. But if you don't have any cards in your hand, you probably won't be able to complete your combo if you really need Roxies. And that's the last Prank Kids monster in the deck. So off to some hand traps here. We're running triple Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I don't need to say much about this card, just stop searches and whatnot. And then I'm running double Effect Veiler. You can run double Droll, double Skullmeister, double DD Crow, whatever you need in your main deck. I just really like Effect Veiler. I feel like it always has targets to hit, so yeah. Effect Veiler is really awesome. So the last monster in the deck is double Parallel Exceed. So this is just a quick Abyss Dweller. Not too much else to say but that. It's also a little bit of attack you can have on board if you need it. So yeah. That's double Parallel Exceed. So on to the spells. The first card we're running is triple Prank Kids Play. So this card is really awesome. It allows you to chain block your opponents and do a lot of stuff with gaining attack. So you can be pretty sneaky with that. It also allows you to search for a Prank Kids monster upon activation. So this allows you to have 3 more copies of any Prank Kids monster that you wanted to have in the deck. So that's really awesome. So next up is Prank Kids Pandemonium. So this is the deck's fusion card. This is the main way to get out Battle Butler. And you're going to want to do this on your opponent's turn because it is a quick spell. So that's really helpful and it adds a lot of power to the deck. And next up we're going to be playing Prank Kids Place. So Prank Kids Place is like a recycle card. It allows you to recycle 3 Prank Kids cards at the end of the turn. And then if you do that, you get to draw 1 card. So you can gain a lot of advantage off of pranks after a few turns. I really like having it in the deck. Only 1 copy is necessary since it is searchable. Okay, next up we're going to be playing triple Dark Ruler No More. This is an awesome card. It literally just says no to your opponent. If they have like a bunch of bodies on field, you can quickly just stop them, and then you usually have like a lot of follow-up plays. I feel like this deck is like a really good deck to have this, because I always was saying like, oh, what deck are you going to play Dark Ruler No More in, because you won't have, like, it's really hard to have a follow-up. Sure, you draw this, but you also have to have another card in hand to finish it, but that's where your Battle Butler or your Rip-Roaring Roaster come in, because they have really good effects, and that now the monsters can't negate it. So triple Dark Ruler No More for this deck. And then we're going to be playing the best card in the game, which is triple Mystic Mine. Yeah, it just stops your opponent. Kind of like Dark Ruler No More, it just says no to your opponent. They can't attack, can't do nothing. You know what Mystic Mind does. And then I play a Terraforming and a Set Rotation. So this is just a search your field spell and add more consistency. Like, this literally like makes it so many ways like to have starters in this deck. So this deck is really resilient and it's able to like just keep coming back no matter how many times. I've gone through like pretty much my whole extra deck just comboing off every turn. So, and then another starter card, we have Instant Fusion. This is an awesome card, just allows you to start your plays if you just don't happen to see one of your Prank Kids cards. And then for some one-ofs in the deck, we got Called by the Grave, Raigeki, and Monster Reborn. So I play these cards, Called by the Grave, just to make sure your plays go through. Raigeki, you have so many ways to stop your opponent, so like you just Dark Ruler No More and then Raigeki them. That's why we run that. And then Monster Reborn just revives a monster. It's a really good extender. That's it for the spell cards. So on to the traps. We're going to be playing one Prank Kids Plan. This is the last Prank Kids card in the main deck. This card is really good. A lot of people don't play it, but I've had so many games, like, I'm just waiting on the opponent to attack into me, and I know I have a Prank Kids Plan in the graveyard. So they go and attack, and then I literally recycle all of my deck, because I'm usually out of resources by the time I'm going to use Prank Kids Plan, and then they lose all of their attack, and their monster dies, and then I just can come back easily next turn because I have all my resources again. So definitely want to be playing one Prank Kids Plan. So next up is Triple Infinite Impermanence. So this card is really awesome. It negates your opponent's monster effects, and it also can stop column for the spells and traps. And this is the only hand trap that is actually a trap card. And for the last cards in the main deck, we got Triple Evenly Matched. So this is a going second build. So if you happen to get evenly matched, it's really awesome, and you just blow up your opponent's whole board with it. So definitely want to be playing Triple Evenly. So that's it for the main deck. On to the extra deck now. We're going to be playing a lot of really awesome cards, and the first one being Battle Butler. So this is the Prank Kids boss monster of the deck. So this is basically a quick effect Raigeki. Such a nice artwork on the card. Really good card. Next up, for some of the fusions, we're going to be running Prank Kids Rocket Ride. So this is a really cool one, and it acts as one of the important parts to get Battle Butler out, because you contribute itself to special summon 2 Prank Kids monsters from your graveyard. And the last Prank Kids fusion we run is Washer. He doesn't really come up much. I usually might summon him with an instant fusion, and that's usually the only reason I'll have him. So he just acts as like a 1-card starter. And yeah. And next up we play the brand new Prank Kids Meow Meow. So this is why the deck is so good now. This is basically a Link 1, turning any of your Prank Kids monster into a 1-card starter. And its secondary effect is really crazy. It allows your Prank Kids Battle Butler and your Prank Kids Rip Roasting Roarer to have this as a tribute instead of having to tribute itself. So that's what I always felt the deck needed, is something to have your boss monsters be able to stay on the field for a turn, and this is exactly the card that came out and did that. So you're going to want to run triple copies of Prank Kids Meow Meow. And next up, we're going to be running triple copies of Prank Kids Doodle Doo. So this is a really awesome card in the deck as well. It allows you to search for one of your Prank Kids spell or trap cards, and then you can tribute it and add 2 of your Prank Kids cards from your deck or from your graveyard to your hand. So this is really essential for the combo. So that's why I'm going to be running 3 copies. And the last Link monster, that is the Prank Kids, we're going to be running Prank Kid Bow Wow Bark. So this one is a quick effect on your opponent's turn to add 2 cards that are Prank Kids from your graveyard back to your hand, and then you're able to also make your opponent not be able to destroy your Prank Kids monsters. And next up, we have some generic links. We got Phoenix, Unicorn, and Access Code Talker. So So these are really good cards to have in the deck. Phoenix is really good against like Mystic Mine or against any stun or field spell deck. A Unicorn just gets rid of a monster on the field that you really want. An Access Code Talker basically acts as another boss monster for the deck. So it's not really essential to play this, but it's really nice to have it if you want to have it in there. So that's what I'm running. Off to the XYZs, I'm running a Totally Awesome and an Abyss Dweller. So Totally Awesome just got a reprint, and Abyss Dweller is really cheap too, so these are awesome cards to add in there. And Totally Awesome is actually the exact requirements of your Prank Kids Dropsies card. So 2 of these can make your Toad, right? So that's why we're going to be running him, just in case you run into the situation where you do have 2 Dropsies. And that's it for the extra deck. So onto the side deck, I'm going to be running 1 Rip Roaring Roaster. So this is what I side in if I really need it, if I'm playing against some back row heavy deck. Because there's not usually a lot of setting spells and stuff, and I have nice spell and trap removal in the deck as it is. So I'm just going to be running 1 Prank Kids Rip Roasting Roarer. And then I run 1 Pranker Tops and 2 Gamma Seals. So I just run these. These are nice monster removal. The next cards we're going to be running are Double Skullmeister and a DD Crow. You can run Triple Skullmeister. I didn't want to look for it. So I grabbed my DD Crow, which I knew where it was. So obviously Skullmeister is the better choice here. You're going to want to run triple of that this format in your side deck. And then triple Cosmic Cyclone. So this is awesome, just more back row removal. Gets rid of any spells and traps. Really awesome. And you don't get any of the cards in the graveyard to allow them to get a bunch of effects. It banishes them. And the last spell is Harpy's Feather Duster. So we finally got this card back, and just again, more back row removal. And then next up we got triple Solemn Judgment. So this card just says no every time your opponent tries to summon or activate a spell or trap card. So just pay half your life points. Awesome card. And the last card of the deck is Red Reboot. So this is for those Altergeist players and those Subterror players. You definitely got to be running the Red Reboot. The lone copy of Red Reboot. Alright, that was the Prank Kids deck profile. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, make sure you guys comment down below, like, and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps motivate me to keep making this content. If you guys really want to keep supporting me, make sure you go hit the twitch.tv in the description. I'm going to be streaming as often as I can, but usually on the weekends. I also have a Discord community you all can join, and if you join from the Twitch, you'll get a really awesome roll. So I'd love to see you all there. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. This is Banish for Cost, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.